I'm Eric Nason with NewsShooter.com. We're at NAB 2019, and I'm with Josh with Timelapse Cameras.com. I almost got that.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate you stopping by.
Oh yeah, no problem. So this is a really interesting new time-lapse camera. It's capable of doing time-lapse a lot longer than most are. So let's talk about that.
There are many cameras in here capable of time-lapse. You know, up to about 2 hours is the limit. If you want to go much beyond 2 hours, here's the camera for you. So at a capture a minute during working hours on standard AA batteries, this camera will last a month. Records the MP4 format, stored on a micro SD card, ready to go with your video.
So you don't have to do any post-processing. I mean, you don't have to stitch it together, you know, or just do anything. It basically creates the video for you.
It creates the video in the camera for you. Then you can set up a daily schedule to record, say, from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., exclude Saturday and Sunday, and you have your video essentially made. You may want to get rid of down times or bad weather days, that type of thing, but you've got the video ready to go.
And you basically don't have to worry about getting new batteries in there. Literally, it will last for a month straight.
Well, it lasts longer than a month. At a capture every 5 minutes, it'll go up to 90 days. But we do like to check our cameras. An unintended camera out there in the elements, you check your camera every month just to be safe.
Mm-hmm. So talk to me about what your potential customers are. What are they looking for this camera?
Well, a lot of times people think of long-term time-lapse as construction, and construction is a great industry for it. But this camera brings in so many new things. This has optical zoom lens, 16 to 35 millimeter equivalent, and it has macro focusing capability. So now you open it up to an entirely new market where you've got artists, you've got people doing stained glass windows, pool installers, auto restoration, kit plane building. Anybody that's making or doing something over a course of time and wants to document it, this is a perfect camera for them.
Excellent. So talk to me a little about, because we were talking off camera, you know, there's that night and day thing. Some people like to do that in that creativity kind of time lapse. Can we do that with this camera?
You have some options for night to day transitions. There is a star mode, there's an auto exposure mode, as well as a daylight. Each of those different modes have different exposures. So like the star mode, you're going to get about a 2 to 3 second exposure where it's actually going to blur or streak lights. You're going to be able to see star movements, and your night videos are going to be very low noise. Mm-hmm. Day mode would be for daylight. If you're only recording working hours, put it in day mode.
Okay. And I think you told me you didn't know what the sensor size was, but what sensor is in it?
It is a Sony IMX sensor. I do not know exactly what size. I will find out in a call to Taiwan tonight.
Excellent.
No, you go ahead.
I didn't see a monitor of any kind on there. How do you program it? How do you get into the interface?
Sure. It's all Wi-Fi app control. You can control all aspects, the zoom, the scheduling. You can even orient the camera, or mount the camera upside down and flip the orientation of your video so that it's recording the correct direction.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And so for mounting, you have what looks like 1/4 20?
You've got a 1/4 20 on the bottom. You do have some strap mounts if somebody wanted to strap mount it to a pole. You know, oftentimes a steel pole, concrete, fiberglass poles are difficult to mount to, so a strap mount accommodates that type of surface much better.
Yeah, and what resolution is this recording at?
It's 1080, and I forgot to mention it is weatherproof. Oh. So you don't need an external housing. It is IP65 rated, weatherproof, so you are not going to have any issues outdoors. And it has a motion sensor as an added bonus feature.
Oh, interesting. So you can set that.
If you want to use it as a temporary security application, a lot of guys have job sites, job site trailers. Maybe they're going to go away for a weekend. They want to put it inside the trailer. You've got at least some peace of mind. You've got eyes on the scene. Now,
we were talking about weather sealed, but I mean, could this be in like really bad weather, freezing cold weather? How low can it go?
Well, I'm from Minnesota, and yes, it can be. We've tested it with lithium batteries. I just wanted to see how long it would run. Lithium batteries handle the cold much better than alkaline batteries. So I put lithium batteries in it, and I didn't expect much from it because it was really cold, like 40 below zero. The camera ran for 53 days. I started out checking it every day. Once I got past a week, it was like, great, got past a week. After a couple weeks, I'm like, all right, just let it run. I finally looked at the files, and I had 53 of them, looking at a thermometer dipping down to 40 below.
Yeah, that's great. And the battery life, I'm going to go back to that a second, because you're using standard batteries in here. You're going to get even more performance if you're using like more of a high-end, like a lithium-ion battery.
You could get longer life with a lithium battery. I would suspect it's nearly double, but I don't want to lay claim to that until we test it. You do have a USB port, so you could power it from micro USB as well.
Everybody knows when you're using a GoPro, and they're very popular cameras, they do a whole lot of things, but that battery doesn't last.
No.
And I'm sure, we've all been disappointed when we go back and pick up the camera after setting it, it turned off within 5 minutes or something. It's a constant problem.
Right. This takes away that problem. Like I said earlier, there are many tools around here to do specific jobs. This is a tool specific to long-term time lapse.
Josh, pretty cool. Thanks a lot.
Hey, Eric, thank you very much. Appreciate you stopping by.
You bet.